Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, December 17. Expansion work on the runway at the Kingston International Airport has begun following a groundbreaking ceremony last Thursday. The project is being undertaken at a cost of $70 million with completion projected by the end of September 2020. The expansion will, among other things, increase the length of the strip by 278 meters, establish safety areas at either end of the runway, and install a jet blast screen to improve the effective use of the taxiway. Minister of Transport Robert Montego says the extension is also expected to reposition the airport to accommodate larger, more powerful planes while significantly reducing arrival and departure timelines.
There will be additional meters for safety zone, which will bring the runway into compliance with the international civil aviation standards. It is indeed a great milestone and should be recognized nationally as a remarkable contribution to Jamaica's economic prosperity. All is said, this is far more than just a facelift. It is a comprehensive overhaul that amounts to a far safer and more efficient airport and will allow us to accommodate the long-haul flights out of Asia and out of Europe.
The Kingston International Airport is being operated by Montego Bay Jamaica Airports Limited (MBJ) under a 30-year concession agreement with the government. Minister Montego says the runway extension program forms part of MBJ's capital improvement plan that is designed to ensure continued compliance with local and international aviation safety and security standards. With amendments being made to Section 24 of the Child Care and Protection Act, a child deemed beyond control will no longer be placed in correctional facilities. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says the amendments will take effect on December 31. According to Minister Chuck, what pertains now is that the court can order a child deemed beyond control to be remanded to a juvenile correctional center or committed to the care of any fit person. The court can also place a child for a period not being more than 3 years under the supervision of a probation and aftercare officer, a children's officer, or some other person. However, with the amendments to Section 24, the court must make an order of referral to child diversion. This is to facilitate an evaluation of the child by relevant experts as to the best interest of the child and the circumstances of the child's behavior. Minister Chuck also says a recommendation on the review of the Sexual Offences Act is to include provisions in the Child Care and Protection Act. This to make it mandatory for parents who display certain discrepancies to attend parenting classes and get additional support. The rollout of the amendments is expected to accompany the Child Diversion Act. The act aims to reduce the number of children who are charged with offences and are exposed to the formal criminal justice system. Approximately 36 housing units are to be constructed in Arnold, Montego Bay in the coming year. The $1.5 billion housing project by Dream 36 Housing Development was launched recently. It will accommodate 6 two-bedroom and 24 one-bedroom apartments, as well as 6 three-bedroom penthouses. The complex will also have a movie theater, a rooftop jacuzzi, bar and coffee lounge, and ample parking for homeowners and guests. Speaking at the launch, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang said the project points to the fact that major development is taking place in the second city.
The level of entrepreneurial spirit that is come out of Montego Bay, and it's good to have seen coming into Montego Bay, the young professionals who have identified from architecture, surveying, banking, and all this that has gone to creating in the real estate sector. But what it tells you is that there's a whole pool of high quality, bright, young Jamaicans in Montego Bay, laying the foundation for a strong future development of an even bigger Montego Bay.
Meanwhile, Minister Chang says the government continues to take proactive steps to tackle squatting across the country. Dr. Chang advises that a program to adequately upgrade the infrastructure and improve the lives of residents in targeted informal settlements in St. James is far advanced, noting that the move is a critical part of the urban regeneration process. December 2020 is the new deadline to complete renovation work at the Cornwall Regional Hospital. The hospital's independent oversight committee made the announcement recently while stating that the projected cost is in the region of $3.8 to $4 billion.
Based on the information that I have and my observations and what I see and the information I get from the project management office, I do believe that the project can be completed, or I should say will be completed by the end of 2020.
According to Professor MacDonald, under Phase 1, work on the roof of the 10th floor has been completed. He says work is progressing well on the demolition of interior walls and further strengthening of the hospital's roof under Phase 2.
The contractor has now been engaged for 2B. He's about to engage the contractor. And then the last phase is the third phase, which is where you will then see most of the visible construction work taking place.
Consumers are being urged to exercise due diligence when making purchases during the Yuletide season. Among the safeguards given by the Consumer Affairs Commission (CAC) are asking for a proper receipt and about a return policy, as well as examining and testing items while in the store. Chief Executive Officer Dulcie Allen says knowing the length of the warranty on items purchased is also important. She was speaking at a JIS think tank recently.
Warranty is extremely important, especially on high-value items, electronic items, those type of items. Make sure you ask for warranty. And there are times when warranty is included in the packaging. When you look at the manual and the vendors don't offer you that level of warranty, you have to insist on it. The Consumer Protection Act speaks specifically to the warranty being extended by the manufacturers to the consumer.
Meanwhile, Director of Communications Latoya Halstead also urged consumers to query the terms and conditions when purchasing gift vouchers for their loved ones during the Christmas season.
Make sure that you know what the store's policy is or the business's policy. The fact is, some gift vouchers will state what the expiry date is, some will not. If it does not state, ask. That way, you will not lose your money, and the person for whom you intend to benefit from this voucher, they too will not say, "How come? I didn't have a chance to use it yet, and it has expired, and I can't use it again," so your money would have gone down the drain.
And finally, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security is facilitating early encashment of pension vouchers. National Insurance Scheme NIS pensioners with vouchers payable December 23 to 26 may cash them at the post office starting December 16. The ministry says the early encashment of vouchers is intended to provide pensioners with access to their benefits in time for the festive season. However, it says the National Commercial Bank NCB will only encash vouchers on or after the payable date. The Ministry of Labour is also reminding individuals who use NIS stamp cards to make their contributions and note that the minimum amount will be increased from $150 to $200 per week as of January 2020. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.